Okay, so hey guys, so today's video is going to be a very different video from what I usually post. I'm not wearing any makeup except for a tiny little amount of concealer because I really just wanted to hop on here and tell you my thoughts about this entire election. Unless you live under a rock, you guys know that we had elected our next president of the United States, and I was really upset about it, but I really want to portray my thoughts on YouTube, and I also did write all of this out in a Word document that I texted my family in a group message saying, I really want you guys to write down your thoughts and really get them out on paper because it has actually made me feel a lot better. And I have been voicing my opinion on Facebook. I've been talking to my family about it. We all were upset. We're all debating about it. My brother's pretty extreme about the whole thing. He's a very extreme liberal. And my mom obviously has been waiting for a female president for a really long time, as you guys know, from what you can tell that I am a Democrat. And I live in New York, the most Democratic populated state in America besides California, and I am going to be saying that in what I'm saying as well. And then my sister, basically the core of my family is my sister, my brother, and my mom. My dad, I didn't really ask him because I'm not really sure. Like, obviously he was upset too, but he doesn't really get as passionate about things as me and my mom and my brother and my sister do. My sister was very ready to like leave the country. So I was just trying to find a middle feeling of how I feel about this, if that makes sense. I just really wanted to sit down, collect my thoughts by writing them down, and it really did help me. I'm not as upset about it today as I was, and even though it does sound super cheesy, time really does heal everything because, yes, I felt really upset and devastated 2 days ago, and a good night's sleep. Honestly, a good night's sleep, letting time heal things, and just saying that tomorrow is always a better day. That's basically what I am making myself feel now every single day after what happened, that it's making me feel a lot better. I know that there are a lot of things going on right now, how upset people are, how much racism is going on. That is disgusting me every time I see it, but I see it on the opposite side as well. I see it on the Democrat side too, that they're burning flags, which is actually a American right. You can burn the flag, and people are saying that it is un-American is not true because you can protest in any way that you want as long as it is a peaceful protest. And I'm also seeing Hillary supporters. I saw this one video that I really want to point out before I read what I'm going to say. I saw this video yesterday on Twitter of a man and a woman arguing, not really arguing outside their house. I kind of want to just play a little bit of it, like the sound of it for you guys to get to the gist of what I'm talking about. I'm not showing the clip, I'm just playing the sound. I'm pretty sure that's legal. I'll just link it below if you guys really want to see the whole thing. I just really think it's important for you guys to hear what this woman said to this man.
It was a comment on our new president-elect.
Okay, that's okay.
I think I actually compared him to Il Duce, but the Italians did not have as good a flag.
Okay, that's okay. But I do think that actually gives, I could see where you're coming from,
yeah.
But that actually is really the wrong impression.
Okay, yeah.
Because it makes it seem like you're supportive of Nazis.
I understand.
And as your neighbor, yeah. I don't think it's funny.
Okay.
Basically, what happened is, I don't know if you guys heard the beginning, I'm going to link the whole thing below, that this is coming, the man that is talking to this woman is coming from a Hillary supporter protesting the new president of the United States by hanging a Nazi flag up next to his house. Like, that I just find as being, yes, we are a free country, and yes, you can protest whatever you want, but that is blatantly wrong because coming from somebody who's Jewish and who knows what that flag stands for. I'm not just saying just because I'm Jewish that it affects me more, but that is disgusting to me that someone could protest something that extremely, because you're being just as bad as the racists and the white supremacists in this country if you do that, if you don't even know what it means. You need to know what something means before you protest it, and use it, because that's not, it's not good at all. I know I'm kind of like speechless right now, but I just think it was just absurd. This is what he said in the beginning, though. I don't know if you caught it.
Okay, it was a comment on our new president-elect.
Okay, that's okay.
I think I actually compared him to Il Duce, but the
Okay.
Italians did not have as good a flag.
He said he compared him to El Duce, and that the Italians did not have as good of a flag. I'm not really sure what that means, because I'm not the most educated person about history, and I have been out of college for a long time. So I'm not going to say I know what it is, because I have admitted that I didn't do that much research into how this election went. And after doing a lot of research on the internet, I have kind of realized why it went that way. And I'm going to read what I said now. I just wanted to make a quick introduction, not wearing any makeup because I am going to be getting ready soon to go to the movies later to see Doctor Strange for the third time. But I'm going to read what I wrote. My mom is the only other person that has written something. My brother and my sister haven't written anything yet. So this is what I wrote. And I titled it, He's Not My President. I am a 28-year-old woman that has lived in New York her entire life and has had the privilege of never having to move away. I've been spending all day trying to collect my thoughts on what happened last night, meaning the next day after the election night. I couldn't fall asleep. I just had to know what the results were going to be. When I saw him flash across the screen, meaning after they declared that he won, he came on TV and made a statement, obviously accepting that he won. When I kept on seeing the results of each state come in where the votes were so close, my heart kept on sinking more and more once they were leaning more towards Trump. I started crying when I saw him on TV, and I woke up crying talking to my mom. I was so angry, shocked, upset, and confused. How could this happen when she was supposed to be winning? She was supposed to win by a landslide. And then my feelings changed as the day went on. I am so lucky to be a woman living in New York in the United States. I have my parents to thank for growing up in such a diverse school and area, and then being even more lucky being exposed to even more cultures and races in college. I have always seen people as just human beings, and I love meeting new people and are fascinated by their point of views and everything about why somebody stands for what they stand for and why they have those opinions. I genuinely want to know. That's something I just added in. I am so lucky to be able to express myself in any way I want, meaning with TV shows, fashion, makeup, everything. I am so lucky to be able to express myself, and I don't push my opinions or my likes or my anything that I like on anybody else. I ask them why they don't like it, and I say you really should give it a chance, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to love it too. I've never been like that. But I have never had an extreme way of thinking. I am always about listening to someone's opinion, even though I disagree with it. That's the beauty of being an American. I don't try to influence other people's opinions. I really genuinely want to know why someone is feeling a certain way. Don't say that you are going to flee the country because you can't believe what happened, because you are already lucky to be living in this state, in New York. Because then the Republicans won. And giving into the baiting that the Republicans try to throw at us in this state makes us just as bad as they are. Because honestly, it's just a waste of their time anyway, because we live in New York, the most densely populated Democratic state next to California. And I really wanted this to be more of a point of view of a New Yorker living in America. I didn't want it to be, I can't believe that he won. Yes, you can express your anger of why he won, but you need to realize where you live and need to put that more into perspective, and I'm going to get more into that. But you all know this, meaning my family. Now it's time to focus on the positive. I was absolutely thrilled that a female was announced as the first ever to run for president. We had already won then. She won the popular vote, so clearly the American people wanted her to be president, right? That was a feat in itself, the first woman to ever win the popular vote ever. So don't blame the American people, blame the people that didn't go vote because they said she's going to win anyway. I believe progression was made today despite her loss, because we were already progressing with voting for our first black president that I again was so lucky to be able to vote for. I honestly didn't really care when I turned 18 that my vote didn't matter. That I was only voting because my family told me to. And now I can't believe I have a voice in what so many women in other countries would be so privileged to have. I am going to keep on saying how lucky I am because that's how I feel, that I don't have to live in fear because I am a woman. History Boy said it best, and this is my favorite quote, probably of all time. It was from one of the professors in the movies. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was from the female professor in the movie. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but this is a quote that is so true. It was with Daniel Radcliffe and Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter, and also Madame Maxine from Harry Potter. And Madame Maxine was the one that said, I forgot her actual name, but she said, History Boy said it best. History is women following behind with the bucket, meaning that a good woman is always behind a great man. Well, a greater woman is always behind a great man. That quote has stuck with me for so long. Unfortunately, I was blinded in thinking that there was no way she was going to lose, that it really made me do my research on the internet today. But just today, meaning like the day after the election. Where was I this whole time before that? And what I meant to say or add is that I didn't go out and tell other people, go vote. I mean, I don't have to. And I feel like, again, since I live here, it's kind of harder for people to vote, it's kind of harder to get more results from New York because New York always ends up being Democratic anyway. Like, she won this state by like 50% as opposed to like 25% of the vote for him. So it's always, regardless, going to be a Democratic state. But at the same time, I think it needs to go on more in other states. Like, I wish I could travel to another state and be like, go out and vote. Your vote matters. Every vote matters. And it's crazy how some people still think it doesn't matter when it really does. And they were saying that she lost key states that she should have won. So I'm just going to get more into that right now. Where was I before that? That's what this election did today. Really opened a lot of people's minds to what was really going on outside of my bubble in New York. Meaning that I don't know what was really going on in other Republican countries or Republican counties, or that I was so blinded by or very hate-driven towards Trump by the media, and that he had complete control of what he was doing, despite people saying he was the most unfit candidate for president ever because he has no political experience or background. But I didn't really see anybody else's point of view because I was so blinded by the Trump supporters' hate and blatant following of him. And I didn't blatantly follow Hillary Clinton. I had my doubts about her too. I'm just saying who I think is more fit for president. That's basically what it comes down to. That it all came down to the simple fact that America was angry, that it didn't matter what either candidate said or did, but no one saw it coming. Meaning that all the polls were leaning towards her favor, that she was going to win by a landslide in the Electoral College. The shocking turn the results took when Florida and Pennsylvania were so incredibly close because the country was so evenly divided right down the middle in most states. That she lost countries that should have been countries she should have won. Counties, sorry. That she lost counties that should have been counties she should have won. That's what it really came down to. He had control of the media and the House of Representatives, which unfortunately was another huge part of her downfall. The Democrats were too overconfident that clearly a man that was so unfit to be president would lose. She didn't appeal enough to smaller counties and Bernie Sanders states. But how were female votes, Democratic and Republican, almost equal nationwide? One, female voters don't vote as much as male voters do. So that's the first thing. And also, rural America is where his core was at. the poor people in the trailer parks, in the projects, they were the ones that were the most upset, and they're saying that they were the ones that were the most angry. The silent voters that, aren't the rich Republicans that we all think that they are, but the people that didn't say how they feel until they came out and voted, because we didn't even know how they felt. I mean, yes, we do know that most of these counties are Republican, but she lost counties to Republican voters that Obama won in his election. So, this was the last thing that I said. I don't have to accept that he's my president, which I never will. But I have to accept the results of this election, and I have to be rational and continue to believe that we will have a female president someday in my lifetime. Don't be so quick to say it won't happen. I would have to say that probably Hillary Clinton was not the best candidate to be a female president. But she was going to be the right person to do the job, because I believe in our country as being the land of the free and the home of the brave. I've been saying that constantly to my family because we're a free country. And that's what it really is, what our country is all about. And people are so right-wing and left-wing extremists that it kind of blinds them to what the foundations of our country were supposed to be about. Yes, the founding fathers were slave owners, but they did promote that we should be a free country at some point. And we were a free country after we were freed from British rule in 1776. So, and what really, really is pissing me off about Republican comments, one, that he's our president. You need to accept what happened. You need to this, you need to that. Would you have accepted her winning? Probably not. So why are you telling me I need to accept that he won? I don't have to accept that he won. I don't have to accept that he's my president. Never in the history of being an American has another American had to ever do that, despite if they're Democratic or Republican. I'm sure there was plenty of you that did not accept when Obama won. And you probably would have not accepted that Hillary would have won, just how Trump said that he wasn't going to accept that he lost. If he lost to her, he said that he wasn't going to accept it. He said, I'll see if I accept it or not. So you're basically just trying to turn or twist it around of what he said exactly on TV, saying that I need to accept the results even though he wasn't going to. So what you're saying is kind of bullshit. So it's more like just calling bullshit on what they say. It's not more like saying what they're saying is wrong. I'm saying that they believed someone that was so flip-floppy in his opinions that they became the same way and they thought the same exact way, and they kind of just deny everything that he did. And I can't get behind somebody that talked down to women as much as he did. I mean, it was the things that he did and said about women were pretty disgusting. And the same thing about the things that he has said about racism. Like, it's really making white supremacists and KKK, the KKK endorsed him. Like, where is that okay? And there's already too many things going on. And what they're saying now is that the only way that she would be able to possibly become president, one, is that he is going to be under investigation for the whole Trump University thing, that he stole money from students, that might be a very big reason on why he could be impeached. But my mom is saying that he might not be impeached for that. He probably could just pay it off. But then if he does get impeached, Mike Pence would be president. And I kept on saying, I'm like, maybe he just got elected to go to prison as a hero, because they're saying that there's a very great article that I'm going to be linking below as well on cracked.com, and it comes from a Republican Trump supporter, and it really, really opened my eyes to what is going on in rural America. And his post, despite that I disagreed with some things that he said, he even said in the article, I might be wrong and I probably am wrong about what I'm saying. And that's the difference, that you can have views that other people think that are wrong, but to admit that you're wrong about it, it basically is saying, like, I was admitting that I was wrong too. And that's what they don't see. They just kind of are just like, well, you need to accept this. No, I don't. And it's not wrong for me to do that. So, I'm probably going to stop rambling now, but I just wanted to say that I forgot what else I was going to say. Basically, what it comes down to is that people were so afraid because they thought that he was going to repeal gay marriage. They thought that he was going to repeal Planned Parenthood. He would have to, it would take him more work to repeal gay marriage than to just accept it, because he was at a rally a couple of days ago in Colorado holding up a gay rainbow flag saying LGBT, Trump for LGBT. And I was like, that's how flip-floppy and contradictory he is. That's what I can't get behind. And the fact that he says that he respects women when he said all those things on tape, and just the media made anything that Hillary did not worse, but they kind of just would feed off of another scandal of anything that came out about her. Once it came out about him, like after it happened, basically people cared about it for a week, and then they would go back to hating her again because something else came out about her. But at the same time, I was kind of like that too, because I would concentrate on it for a week, and then I was just like, whatever, like, I just don't want to hear about him anymore. And I felt like the media was just shoving us down our throats every single day. I could not wake up and turn on a TV or look at Facebook or look at Twitter without seeing something else that he has done that was stupid. And that was just really fueling everybody else's fire. And really, they were kind of encouraging this extremist liberal behavior, that they hated him so much. And that's why the country is so divided right now, protesting the results of the election. And the results were that he won, I think they're saying that now he has won 302 electoral votes, as opposed to 302 votes, as opposed to, I think, 232. So she didn't lose as bad as they said Trump was going to lose, and she didn't lose as badly as Mitt Romney did in 2012. But what I was wrong about, and I guess that the media was wrong about too, is that they were projecting that the race was going to be so incredibly close. They didn't think it was going to be so, not extremely far apart, but that he was going to win by like 70 more votes. They were saying that he was going to win by like 20 more votes or something like that, or she was going to win by like, 20 more votes. So it really did come down to Florida and Pennsylvania, and once she lost Florida, and that I was just crossing my fingers for Pennsylvania and Michigan, then that was basically it. Sorry that the volume, I did not realize, oh my god, the volume was like all the way up this whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to turn it down myself. But yeah, my boyfriend just texted me saying he's on his way. But yeah, that's all I have to say. He said he was gonna be done with his lab at like 5 o'clock, and he's saying that now it's at 3:45. He's done with class. We're supposed to all go see Doctor Strange tonight, so now I have to get dressed. I knew I should have been getting ready already. But yeah, that is my thoughts on this election. Please leave your comments below, and please let me know if you disagreed with anything that I said, what your thoughts were on the results of the election. Whether you're a Hillary supporter or Trump supporter, I don't care who you voted for. I want to know what your opinion was. I mean, yes, I do care about who you voted for, but that's not what I'm trying to talk about. I want to know why you did. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CBW819, and my Twitter is PokerFace819, and my Snapchat is PokerFace819. Again, I'm sorry for my appearance, but I'm about to go get ready. And yeah, that is it. Bye, guys.